Welcome to Boating, a clinic at Sandy Point State Park. It's information that's needed right now. The timing for the New Boaters Clinic ties in directly to just how many people are heading out on the water.
We saw a 12% increase nationally on boat sales.
Pandemic boat buying brought this crowd out to watch Captain Matt Benhoff with our sister company, the Annapolis School of Seamanship, show his skills.
Let's do some docking.
Docking a boat can make a peaceful day on the water turn into the most stressful one of the season.
And watch how it pulls that stern over. I feel comfortable docking, but that's because it took me a long time to get there. I bounced off plenty of docks getting there.
Captain Benhoff says every day is different based on the weather, and so is every boat. Here's one approach.
So I'm coming in at a smaller angle because the wind's coming from that direction. I'm in neutral, still coming in towards the dock. So remember, neutral's a gear too. So I put it in gear, back to neutral. Put it in gear, back to neutral. You can still steer a little bit even while neutral. And the last thing I'm going to do is I'm going to steer towards the dock and I'm going to put it in reverse. And watch how it pulls that stern over.
Kathy McDuffie came to the clinic in Annapolis from Forestville. She's been boating for 3 years, but she wants more work on the lines.
You want to take a couple of round turns all the way around the piling, all the way around the piling, and then the friction of the line on itself. Bring this back in.
That's always been an issue when you throw someone the rope, or if someone throws me the rope, it's like I'm holding it, not really tying it. And that can be scary because if the driver puts the boat in and drive, it pulls.
Speaking of throwing lines, the person on the dock should stretch an arm out.
If you say, hey man, throw me those lines, you're gonna grab the lines. If you're a good catcher, you're gonna catch those lines, and every bit of water that was in those lines is gonna spray you right in the chest. And so keep your arm out, and that's a good target for the thrower, and you just let it drape over your arm, and then you're going to catch it.
See if we can get that to inflate for you.
With a pull of a tab, a life jacket inflates.
As you know, they're required to be aboard every boat, and they need to be readily accessible. But if you are wearing it, you know exactly where it is aboard.
Kimberly Nelson and her dad plan to buy a boat in the next several weeks. They're putting the learning before the buying.
We want to make sure we, A, know what we're getting into, B, have, everything we're going to need, and then C, make sure that we feel comfortable once we get on there.
It's a federal requirement to have flares on board and up to date. And Captain Benhoff says GPS on a boat can give you a false sense of security.
During daytime, you should be about 90% looking out the windows in front of you and about 10% down on your navigation. You glance down, get some situational awareness of where you're at, what's coming up, and then I look back out the window because the GPS can't tell you that there's other boats out there, there's something in front of you.
Along with docking, gassing up requires some extra thought.
Taking your time, not rushing the process. A lot of people want to get back out on the water. It's like a chore to fuel up, so really just slowing down.
It's the third New Boaters Clinic organized by Marine Trades Association of Maryland. They plan to do it again next year.
From our standpoint, we want them to keep boating. So if we can teach them those things and make them feel confident, then we think they'll own 5 boats before they're done with boating. But if we don't do that and we leave them to flounder and not know what they're doing, then they're going to be miserable.
And no one wants to be miserable while trying to relax on the water. For Chesapeake Bay Media's Bay Bulletin, I'm Cheryl Costello.